Can you say hi? Yes, you say hi.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, which I know everybody in society, in the world, literally is going through the same exact things with COVID, Black Lives Matter, being at home with children and working and doing like a million occupations in one. My excuse is no different for not being on YouTube, but life has been crazy. What this vlog is gonna be about today is kind of just talking about cloth diapering, because I've received a lot of messages and I've been trying to respond to a lot of people, but something with my channel happened where some of my responses were deleted, so it looks like I didn't answer anybody. But I am trying to respond to everybody, so hopefully in today's video I can actually answer all these questions. Long story short, we have not had a washer and dryer in exactly 30 days. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Victoria Vaden and I have been cloth diapering for 1 year, and I basically have two, is it just two? I only have 2 videos on cloth diapering. So I did a first day to see what it was like, and I did a 6-month update. There's a lot to learn about cloth diapering, and there's a lot that you kind of have to experience, and there's a lot of trial and error. Basically with my experience, I wanted to track it since day 1 to see if it was as easy as breathing as a lot of people have made it seem, and it's not. It's not. This is Mariah, so she is 15 months. We are now gonna start potty training. Isn't that right? Yeah? Are you gonna vlog now? Can you say hi? Yes, you say hi. As she's holding the camera right now, I actually need to change her diaper, and the day we got back from the day we woke up after vacation, after being home within 24 hours of being in our house, our washer and dryer, actually just our washer, stopped working. I have not been able to wash everything. Really frustrating, just because the error code that I was receiving for our washer and why it wasn't working didn't even exist. I had to basically Google my issue, and it's a common issue. Apparently it's like one of the worst washers. We already had a unit because that was the time that we had a rental, and we already had washer and dryers that we had, but we still had tenants living there, so we didn't want to just like up and take them as we were moving to a completely different state and leave them with like paying for new ones. So we bought new ones, open box, and as soon as we got down here, maybe like a month after we lived in Florida, we had to get a new washer. And that's my life in a nutshell, actually, and that's not even scratching the surface. Okay, so as soon as we moved here, about a month after, we had to get a brand new washer because it just stopped working. Like, wouldn't even come on or something. Like, I don't even know. And then we bought that one brand new, and we moved to this house. Came back from vacation, and not even 3 years. It's not even 3 years old, that washer we had. Let her have it, and she'll get it back to you. Remember, she's not sharing correctly because you're not sharing with her. Okay, you have to teach her. Yeah, so ask Maya to show you. No, stop. If I told her to stop, that doesn't mean you do it too. Mariah, is my office a gym? Ouch, stop. Long story short, the washer is just a terrible unit. This is now our 3rd washer we've ever had in our marriage. Aside from like a rental that we rented for like a year from, we decided to just go all out and just get the best one on the market. That was finally delivered today, which was 30 days later. We had to start using a cleaners, and which was fine. We went there basically every week, and that was like pushing it to the limit. I didn't feel comfortable bringing like poopy diapers and keeping them in the house for an entire week and then taking it, you know, transporting it and having them clean them. But I also wasn't gonna be washing them, you know, by hand all the time, because that was just a lot. It was a lot, because I actually washed my own clothes by hand one time just to see if I could do it. I just didn't feel comfortable having them. We went back to Honest diapers, which is what we had in the beginning. But our issue, and what kind of I'm gonna talk about in this vlog, is that Mariah is just like me when I was a baby, where I couldn't wear diapers at all. And Honest diapers didn't even exist back then. So all the diaper brands that I had, or that were out at the time my mom put me in, I've reacted to all of them. And Mariah is reacting to Honest diapers by having diaper rashes like 1 to 2 times a week. Nothing should be in Honest diapers anyway, so there's no way that like the Huggies and Pampers are gonna work. I have to now start potty training her at 1, which is fine because I did it, and she clearly has to do it now too. So that is where we're at right now. But I'm gonna change her diapers. I really like the Pampers Sensitive, and I'll show you guys later when I find them because they smelled so good. But these are the water wipes, which is what I wanted to use when Mariah was first born, but they were just so expensive. I just threw them in the cart anyway because I was like, I don't even want to think about price at this point. I just want to get what works. These have been amazing because they're literally 99.9% water. So what I'm gonna cover in this video is gonna be bleaching cloth diapers with cleaning, an updated cleaning, and how I was cleaning them when we had them. And I still have some of them here. Water repelling diapers, I'll talk about that too. I guess get you guys up to speed with what I'm going to be planning to do with potty training her, because I actually started potty training her as soon as we got back from Delaware. So it started like a month ago. This is I don't even want to show you our laundry situation, but I will show you a glimpse. This is what's been sitting in here since our washer and dryer stopped working. This is stuff from my closet, and I didn't even touch their room yet. But this is our new washer and dryer. So if you guys remember, we had white ones by Samsung, and the dryer that we had was actually great. Never ever had an issue. The washer is what our issue was. They are a lot deeper than our other ones. Just so excited to use this, and I've been talking nonstop about these on Instagram, on my stories. Even though I haven't been active on YouTube, I have been very active on Instagram, especially in my stories. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys know how much I miss these and couldn't wait for them to get here. One of the other ordeals we were going through with our washer and dryer that was causing a lot of stress on top of like why I haven't been filming and sitting down to film, just because I have been so with life. These are the exact same ones we ordered from Home Depot. Went into the store, checked them out, and then we had them delivered. We had to wait because of COVID. And 2 weeks later, they were delivered, and the guy came upstairs, and I guess it's custom for them immediately to measure just to make sure it's gonna fit in a space, and he said they were too big. You know, our builders aren't dumb, so like they built it obviously for the typical washer and dryer. He said they wouldn't fit and it wasn't gonna work, so we had to return them. These are the only appliances that we didn't get with our appliance package with when we first got this house, because we designed the house. We decided to go to our guy there who got all the appliances for the rest of our house. He measured them in the store and they were just fine. We actually have space, you know, from this lip you can see that they fit just fine, and there's plenty of space in between them on the end. So we had to wait an additional 2 weeks to get these in. I can't even begin to describe how stressful life has been in the past couple of months, but here I am sitting here talking about, you know, washer and dryer and considering everything that's going on in America right now. So I know that's very ridiculous, but you don't realize how much of a luxury a washer and dryer is. Thank God that laundromats exist, especially for, you know, a mom who is cloth diapering, and it was just a decision I did not want to make, and I did not want to have to go through not doing it, but I'm kind of grateful, and I guess that's what's supposed to happen because we are gonna start cloth diapering now. Or no, what are we doing? Potty training. I should probably name them. Yeah, we're gonna name them. Another update with the cloth diapers. To kind of continue what I was telling you guys earlier, basically what I followed and kind of what I did with washing cloth diapers with bleach. I had the water repelling issue. She was leaking out from like both sides, but the cloth diaper itself would be basically dry. For the longest time I couldn't figure out, so I started looking at blog posts and whatnot, trying to figure out why is the cloth diaper not taking in water. It wasn't the cloth diaper inserts, it was actually the cloth diaper cover that was repelling all the water. So it wasn't even going into like where the inserts were to be able to repelling that way. It was immediately stopping at the cover, and it was because over time all the balms that I was using to stop the diaper rashes was actually repelling water at the same time. I couldn't figure that out, so I ended up doing a bleach wash, and I basically set all the cloth diapers and the inserts in the sink that we have in our laundry room and like filled it up with like bleach and whatever the proportion was that I had to use. I also did this in the washer too for a front load, so I'll also like put in the description box basically a breakdown of how I did that, because it's usually suggested for top loads and not front loads. So I'll tell you guys what I did to counteract that, and it worked, and my cloth diapers came out like brand new. I'm looking for like a snack right now. I know everyone says you're not supposed to bleach wash cloth diapers, and on the directions when you buy them it says you're not supposed to do that either. I did, and they came out brand new. And after that I kind of added a little, like every 3 washes or so I would add in a little bleach to them to basically bring back the whiteness, and the cloth diapers work just fine for me. I have had the same exact cloth diapers and inserts since day one. I haven't purchased any new ones. I have added in like, you know, the flour sack cloths and other things to help with the diapers, but I haven't purchased brand new ones or anything, or inserts, anything like that. I feel like I kind of needed it, and because they've been used so much in the past year, they kind of like deserved it, and they just had to have it. I didn't ruin mine or anything, and they were just fine. So I know that's like a huge no-no that you see when you're first starting out with cloth diapering, but I tested like everything in the book with this whole cloth diapering experience because I needed something to work. and that's what worked for me to handle the cloth diaper repelling and the water repelling. So I bleached my cloth diapers more than once and they worked just fine. It wasn't like bleaching every single week or anything, but I definitely did that. I'm not sure if I covered this in a previous vlog or not, but I did want to basically touch on traveling with cloth diapers. That is something that I have not done. I have really considered bringing them, but I couldn't get past traveling on the plane with cloth diapers and then going to stay with family or friends and they didn't have the cloth diaper sprayer in particular because Mariah is at the age where she is pooping like solids. So that was the main reason why I didn't bring that. So I know some people have asked me in like direct messages, and it is something that I really wanted to experience and talk about. But when we recently traveled, that was my main reason for not bringing them, even though I was very close to packing them, but I didn't want to have to deal with what I was going through prior to having the cloth diaper sprayer. And a lot of people kept asking about the cloth diaper sprayer that I showed in my last video. I have linked it on my Amazon store, so my entire like little section on my Amazon store has everything I've used with cloth diapering that I still recommend. So it's already linked there, and I will link it again in the description box because so many people have asked that question. The one that we have is no longer sold on Amazon, at least. I linked in my store, and I will link in the description box something similar, but I can't, you know, recommend it or anything because I actually haven't used it. So the one I have is sold out, and it's not being sold anymore for whatever reason, I don't know. Ours still works. I know a lot of people kept saying to get the shield, or like the pea shield or whatever it's called. I still to this day have not purchased that. So for our next kid, I probably will, because I still do have at least half of my cloth diapers and inserts. So I'm gonna save those cloth diapers for our third child whenever that child comes into the picture. I found it much easier using, you know, regular diapers, and we were using the Honest diapers, of course, and that's what we use when we were traveling. So I know I said in like the last video or something that we use Tide, and I washed them on warm, and sometimes I did it cold. After I posted that last video, something I learned was don't warm up the poop or something like that. And when you think about it, it's like really gross. First wash I did normal, and I did for the full time, so it was about 42 minutes on the other machine also. I did that just to get all the poop and all the liquid and everything out of the diapers. And then the second time I did it, a normal wash, I washed them actually on hot with Tide. Sometimes I put like a small amount of bleach in here. I would always press extra rinse just to make sure all the bleach and all the liquid from the Tide and all that stuff was taken out, since I had an issue with the water repelling and whatnot. Apparently if you have any like liquid left over in the cloth diaper, for example, like, you know, Tide or something from detergent, that will also factor into why your cloth diapers might be repelling. So I didn't know that at the time, and over time that's obviously there's buildup, I guess, kind of the same thing when you're adding product to your hair. Over time you need to like cleanse it, so that's kind of where I was having issues, like double. And then of course I would still dry it on like normal dry. Kind of makes sense that our washer and dryer broke because I was using it a lot, like I would say every 3 days. If you're just starting out, like everyone said that you're not supposed to use fabric softener, which I never did that. And you're not supposed to use like the instant, like wash beads. I did, because I also had an issue where the cloth diapers were completely clean, but they smelled, I don't know if they smelled damp or they just smelled like they weren't clean, but they were clean. I couldn't figure out that scenario or how to counteract that. So I actually started using these with every wash to make sure that they would come out smelling better. And that worked out a lot for me. So I know everyone keeps saying that, but it might be just because my diapers, like I said, I've had the same ones for over a year, so they could handle some extra stuff that you're not supposed to do. But I did want to touch base on that I actually did use it and they worked just fine. If I were to buy a whole new set of cloth diapers, which I'll probably have to do eventually, I wouldn't start out doing that. I would only start doing it after, you know, your cloth diapers have gone through some damage and some wear and tear, and I think that's why it helped out. But I did have that issue with trying to get smell out still, even though they were clean. This is the potty chair that I've just recently purchased on Amazon. We've only had it for maybe 3 days, maybe 4 days. This one is different than the other two that I had for Maya, but it's kind of unique because it has a little pop out tray, so you don't have to take out the entire inside. Well, I guess it works the same way, but it just seems like this is pretty unique that the whole thing doesn't come apart. You know, empty the pee there, and this is what she peed in for the first time 3 days, 2 or 3 days after we actually had this. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you guys might have seen a vlog that I posted maybe 2 years ago, and I couldn't figure out how to potty train Maya because it was something that I completely, like first parenting problems, completely forgot that I had to do. So Maya actually took a lot longer to potty train. So I'm trying not to do that this time, but it works out because Mariah is having an issue with diapers anyways. Anytime Maya goes, I try to have Mariah go at the same time, and that's actually yesterday how she went to the potty, because Maya was taking the potty and then Mariah sat down too. So that worked out, having an older sibling. That is like step one. A couple of blogs, they were saying that they always change the diaper in the potty to associate potty in the bathroom, poo-poo in the bathroom, pee-pee in the potty, and saying goodbye to the poo-poo in the potty. So I've been doing that too. And I purchased the training pants that are thicker versions of underwear to help with Mariah, just because the Honest diapers, for whatever reason, she's reacting to. So I have 2 packs of 4. She's wearing one right now just to make sure that they actually fit. But I have 2 packs of those. And then the other thing I was gonna start doing is trying every 15 minutes. I don't know if they call it like naked time or something, but I'll try that because Mariah doesn't like being wet as it is. So I'm gonna try to utilize that to try and help with the potty training. Yeah, and see how that goes. So of course I'll vlog our experience and whatnot. Hopefully help someone else out there who might have to or is choosing to potty train earlier than usual. And it kind of works out with COVID because right now Maya is not going back to school. She's gonna do virtual learning, and in the daycares in this area, and actually the daycares back in our home state, they don't have potty rooms or little bathrooms in the daycare rooms until the age of 2. So I'm not sure if that's normal in other states too, but in our home state and here, that's what it is. And I couldn't send her with cloth diapers to any of the daycare locations at Maya's old one or the new one, and another one that we actually checked. I was kind of forced to basically have to put her in diapers, which is what we did with Honest diapers. They suggested, but she's still having an issue with it. So I figured the best thing is to potty train her, but I don't want to confuse her by sending her to daycare potty trained if she doesn't have a potty in her room. So that long story is kind of where we're at right now. I think I covered everything in this video. If I forgot to mention something, please let me know in the comment section down below. I've been trying to respond to everybody and make sure I don't forget anything for this vlog. So if I did, please remind me in the comment section down below. And if you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with someone else who is a mommy who might be interested in cloth diapering, or a lot of people who have been watching my videos are currently pregnant and they want to start cloth diapering. So hopefully the videos down in the description box below of my previous videos will be helpful for you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye, thanks for watching.